top-graded offensive players against the Ravens from PFF. Top-graded player offensively was the quarterback, Jameis Winston, 78.5. Elijah Moore, 77. Cedric Tillman, 75.9. Conklin, rated up there, then Judy, Njoku, Foreman, Bitonio, Chubb, and Posick. So Winston grades out the highest. The one that really looks pretty good, and you kind of alluded to it a little bit, Cedric Tillman has played a couple of good games in a row.
Yeah, he has. The Winston grad's a little higher than I thought just because of the missed interceptions that Baltimore had.
Yep.
But obviously, he played really well. Yeah, Tillman, it's not like he wasn't playing before the Amari Cooper trade. He was, and I'd have to go back and look at the snaps he got each week. But, he was out there either close to the same amount as Elijah Moore, or maybe even more for a week or two, but just wasn't getting the opportunities. He had 3 catches for 9 yards, I think, at one point this season through a bunch of games. And then Amari Cooper gets traded, and he just needs to take on a bigger role, and he steps right into it. We saw glimpses of this last year, the ability to catch a ball in traffic, the ability to fight through a tackle like he did on the slant, his first touchdown. He breaks the tackle at the 5. He's a big dude with strong hands, and he can run after the catch. I think there's a lot to like there. Now we need to see it more consistently, obviously, week in and week out. But the Browns were really high on him coming into the season, and he's starting to reward them for the faith that they had.
Yeah, and again, you mentioned a big body, and he seems to have the ability to get behind defense. I know he's not one of those guys that runs 4-3, but he seems to get behind defenses, and that's the bottom line with a receiver.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And I flash back to, I think the Browns practiced in the field house once in training camp because of weather. And it was actually the day that the storms were terrible and there were tornadoes and everything. And we were inside the field house in Berea, and it's an easy memory for me. He got behind the defense 2 or 3 times that day. And it's like, okay, he really showed up in that practice, and I talked to him about it a few days later. And he's a confident guy that really believes he has this in him. And I know it was frustrating for him not to show up on Sundays and maybe not get the chances that he thought he deserved. But he's taking advantage of them now that he has those opportunities.